Hey guys, Beth Brutality here with my little interpretation of Frosty the Snowman. As you can see, I have my little Frosty hat, and it's actually kind of moving forward slowly. Whatever. And as you can see, it is super duper glittery, so I pulled that into the look as well. I have glitter on my lids, although it's a little hard to see because I use Spooky Girl, which has a ton of black holographic glitter. And then I also have glitter on the lips. Now, Frosty had a red nose, but I feel stupid with a red nose, and I feel like if I blank out my face white, which snow, and I put a red nose on, I'm just going to look like a clown. So I went this way, and also this kind of makes it something that you could actually wear. I would suggest pairing this with like a big white fluffy sweater. I don't have anything that's white and long sleeve, so this is what I have on, a black sweater. So let's just get started with this tutorial. Okay, so I just washed my face, and I'm going to flip this up because this is going to get on my nerves and get in the way. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on a face primer, so I'm going to use the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Primer. The main reason I'm going with this one is because this one makes me pale, and so that works since we're turning into Frosty. So obviously, if I'm doing that, then there's probably a very good chance that this is going to be a more high fashion Frosty look than wearable. Go ahead and use it on your eyes too. I have extra, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it on my eyes instead of using an eye primer. Once you're done using primer all over, yes, I put some on my lips, you're going to move on to your next step. I am going to be using the Ben Nye MagiCake Aqua Paint in CF-1 Cloud White. So, fortunately, I'm on eyesight, so it actually focuses. This is water activated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sponge wet, and I'm also going to just spray directly on the cake. This is what is left of my MAC Fix Plus lavender. I'm really sad about that because my dog ate the bottle and I lost it, which is sad because it was limited edition and smelled really good. Alright, so we're just going to start dabbing this all over the face. We want to be white, like Frosty. So. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this since it's on eyesight, but putting white all over. I feel like an evil clown right now. Okay, so now that is done, if you're wearing this out and you're not going to be wearing like a big scarf or anything like that, I would suggest blending it down your neckline as well. Just make sure you don't put too much on, otherwise you're going to get transfer. So as you can see, I don't have it all the way around my eyes, and actually I should do my ears as well, but I'm not that worried about it because my hair will probably be down. And I'm not really wearing this anywhere, I'm just going to be walking around my house in it. So now that is done, we are going to just grab a setting powder. You want something just clear, translucent. You don't want anything with any color. And I'm just going to use, if you have a white, it itches. If you have a white powder, go ahead and use the white powder. If not, just use something that's translucent. I'm going to use my e.l.f. HD powder. The reason I'm putting this on before I do anything else is because if there are any spots that aren't completely dry or anything like that, and you try to do any sort of contouring or add any type of color to the face, you're going to end up with patchy spots. So I'm just going to set everything with the e.l.f. HD powder. I'm just going to use the powder puff inside. Now you don't really have to worry about using too much because you're already going to be pale. It's better to put this stuff on with a roll and press method, but I'm feeling kind of lazy and I don't really need this to last because, like I said, I'm going to be walking around my apartment in it. So. But roll and press, you'd put the powder on the puff and then kind of roll and press it onto your face. But like I said, I'm not worried about it. So I'm just pressing it into my skin. We're going to do just a little bit of contouring because right now my face is really flat. You can see some shadows on my face, which will actually be really helpful for showing you guys where I want to put this on because you want to bring that back in. Like, obviously right now you can see shadows because my lighting isn't perfectly even, but if you're going to be outside at all or under any type of bright lights, you're going to completely lose all definition in your face. Okay, so for contouring, I wanted something that was matte blue, but I don't have anything that's like super matte, and I don't know how, because I want like a light blue. So what I'm going to use, I don't really want to mix any colors because I don't want to take a chance of it, if I miss a spot, it being patchy in a dark spot or something. I'm going to use Crybaby. Crybaby is mostly matte. It's not like overly shimmery, it's kind of more of, it's not matte and it's not quite satin. There's a little bit of glitter to it, but it's not anything too shiny or glittery. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just using, I would rather use a different contour brush than this because this one's really fluffy. But this is the one that I have that's clean right now, and I definitely can't risk there being any bronzer in a brush that I'm using for this. So I just tapped off the extra. And actually I could use more. This may actually be too light. Oh good, my nose is going to start running now. That's great. There we go. So because I didn't want to work with too dark of a color, I'm kind of slowly building it up. I might even have to add in another darker color. Continuing this contouring up into the temples. It's okay though. I would rather start light and have to build it up than start too dark. So this is what we have right now. It's a little hard to see because I'm on eyesight, but we have a little bit of blue contouring on the face. I might have to go back in and add some in later once I see how it actually looks in pictures. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm just going to use a color called Thundersnow. I just feel like this is kind of perfect considering it's supposed to be a snowy look, and I'm scared this is going to dump on my keyboard, but okay, that's as far as I'm willing to tilt it. It looks like snow in the package, like when you look at it. So, and I'm actually just going to put this on with my finger. I'm just going to dot it and then blend it out. So now I have my highlight on. I'm also going to highlight down the nose. And then up into the forehead. My lips are starting to look awful. And just a touch on the chin. You can't even see it. I know it looks like I'm doing a lot, but there's actually hardly anything on my chin. So that is it for highlighting. Now we're going to get to some of the darker stuff, and that's all on the eyes. Remember that I did put on my eyeshadow primer on my eyes. Or not my eyeshadow primer, my face primer. Okay, I was going to use NYX's Jumbo Black Bean Pencil, whatever, but I can't find it. So instead, I'm just going to use Mark's Keep It Going. This is a cream eyeliner, but you can also use it as a shadow. So I'm going to use just a flat brush. This is an e.l.f. concealer brush from the Studio line. And we're just going to put that black color all over the lids. This is actually how John does his eyes as a base. He uses a cream eyeliner. He uses e.l.f.'s though. And this is just going to go all over your lid. And this is going to take a minute to blend out. So I'm just going to speed this up so you guys don't have to watch it forever. So just watch what I do so that I don't have to try to explain while it's sped up. Okay, so that was easy enough, right? And then we're just going to grab the same brush because it's already full of black now. And we're going to grab Spooky Girl, which is from last year's Halloween collection. If you have the color Plan 9 from this year's Halloween collection, go ahead and use it. The only big difference is it's going to have more glitter than this, so it's a little bit lighter in application. So you might have to put a little bit more on. But you do have on the black base, so it'll be fine. So I'm just now pressing Spooky Girl all over this. And as you guys can see, it is, well, can you see it? It's super glittery. I think it looks amazing. I don't know if you guys can see it. And you know what? I can already see fallout happening. Here's what we're going to do real quick. Fudge. Okay. Hold that thought. Okay, so normally I would just put down powder to prevent fallout, but I don't really have a white powder. The only loose powder I have right now is actually a color. So I'm just going to take paper and press it under my eye. That way if there's anything falling, it falls onto the paper, not onto my face. And if you're messy with this, that's fine, because we're going to blend it out when we're done. So you're just going to keep on pressing that color all over the lid. And all the way up. If you have eyebrows, I would suggest doing this all the way up to your eyebrows and filling your eyebrows in with the black color. That's just going to be the best way to get the biggest eye look. You don't have to do that. It just depends on what you want. You don't have to use a sparkly black either, but when you see my Frosty hat, you'll see why. So right now, obviously, it is a very defined line, and maybe not what you're going for, but we'll blend it out here in a second. And then I'm going to put it below the eye as well. I still have a little bit of fallout in my inner corner, but that's okay. The majority of it is not getting all over my face, so that helps immensely. Kind of see how I have my inner corner, how it's kind of staggered? That's so that I can put a little bit of a highlight in that inner corner, because I don't want my eyes to completely close down, and I have another plan too that I'm going to be doing to help with that. But I just wanted to point that out. I probably should have pointed it out sooner. And then we're going to sweep away the fallout. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll come back and we'll blend. So I'm just going to turn this off for that. Okay, so I have Spooky Girl all over my eyes now. They're super duper glittery, but it doesn't show up very well in eyesight. And I'm just going to take a C433. This is the same as the MAC 217 or 219. And I'm just going to kind of blend it out a little so it's not such a harsh line. I don't want to blend it out too much, but I do want to kind of soften this up a bit. And actually, I'm going to soften it up with a little bit of Crybaby as soon as I figure out what I just did with it. I'm going to start off by just smoking it out a little, and I'm going to go back and blend in some Crybaby around the edges. So now I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Crybaby. Just around the edges. And then I do want to also make sure that I'm bringing that Spooky Girl here in the inner corner. But I am going to put a little bit of white in there as well. So I'm done with that, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and grab Thundersnow again. And just a little dab of that in the inside of each corner. Then we are going to take a white eyeliner that I forgot to get out. It's in my purse. In this case, it is going to be the MAC Kohl Fascinating. It's my favorite white eyeliner. We're just going to put that on the lower waterline. Because Frosty's made of snow. You could just black out your lower waterline, but I feel like it helps give more of the appearance of him being made of snow. Frosty had a red nose. I don't really want a red nose. So what I'm going to do instead, because it's not hard to just put some red on the tip of your nose, what I'm going to do instead is take a red lip liner. In this case, it's going to be NYX's color Hot Red. Actually, I don't want to go for a bright red. Let's go for something deeper. It's like we're going to use Deep Purple from NYX. And then I'm going to put red over top of that. So, we're just going to go for like a tiny little geisha lips. Right in the middle. See, it's super dark. Make sure this is what I want. Yeah, okay. And because your lips are blanked out, you can draw them in whatever shape you want. Now you guys can probably see how dry my lips are now. I just realized you guys can't see me very well. I'm sorry. Alright, and then on top of that, we're going to take a little bit of it's a red color, it's a little bit creamier. Okay, so this is why it's important you make sure your lips line up as you go, because now I'm getting some color outside of my lips, because apparently the shapes don't match up. So, keep that in mind. I was going to put on fake eyelashes, but I don't feel like doing fake eyelashes. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of a kiss of pink on the cheeks, because I just feel like they're gone right now. So I'm just using MAC's Well Dressed right on the apples of my cheeks. And slightly blend it back. I'm going to use a little bit on the tip of my nose. Just because Frosty would be cold. And then we're going to take some red glitter and press it onto the lips, because you guys know I like to put glitter on everything. So, are you surprised? But let's face it, if you guys didn't love glitter, you wouldn't be watching my channel. So now we have glitter on the lips. I think I'm just going to put on regular mascara. I'm just going to use my Sephora Lash Plumper Mascara. I have to curl my lashes first. I have the Urban Decay Cageless Lash Curler now. How do you guys feel about this, those of you who have it? I'm a little torn. It's definitely something different to get used to using. Oh shoot, I forgot to put on my contacts before I did my mascara. I'm going to be wearing my blackouts with this look, and I always try to put those on before I do mascara, but I forgot, so. I need to fix my lips. That's gonna bother me. That's pretty much our completed Frosty look. I do think I'm gonna have to go back through and do some more contouring, and I think I'm gonna use a slightly darker blue color. I think I might use Sally or Brad, probably Sally, because I feel like the other one is not dark enough. Unfortunately, I still don't have a matte blue. Oh well. Just use some Sally. It's not matte, but it'll do, pig. It'll do. So, back to using that same brush that I was using before, as soon as I figure out what I did with it. That's a little bit better. And then I have, my hair is probably crazy mode right now, but then I have my cute little, I have on a shirt, by the way. I have my cute little Frosty hat. Gotta do it on this side. My little Frosty hat. My hair is doing some crazy stuff. I have to go straighten it before I take pictures. And I gotta go put in my contacts, but I'm Frosty. This is Frosty the Snowman is what I'm gonna get. So I hope you guys like it. Like I said, it's not exactly wearable, and it's a little bit alternative. Oh, you can really see how yellow my teeth are. I'm getting ready to bleach those. Okay, so I'm gonna go put my contacts and take some pictures, and I will talk to you guys soon.